next up, for our next speaker, we have Sophia Kumar, who is going to be telling us 5 ways to manifest your dreams. Let's give it up for Sophie.
Something started happening to me in middle school. I would be sitting on my plastic blue chair trying to find some information for a project when, suddenly, I was on the dance floor on a bright, sunny day in LA amidst a cheering crowd of people. Sometimes I'd be strolling down the streets of LA, I sense a theme here, surrounded by cameras, featuring in a music video with a famous artist. When I was drawn back from these adventures that I went on within my mind to fulfill my work down here on Earth, the excitement, the passion, the fast heartbeat from the adventure I went on never left me. From then till today, life became exciting, filled with wonder and eagerness to see how much of this world that I imagined I could bring into my own real life. And that is what brings me here to you today. Each one of you must have some goal or dream. It could be running the fastest mile in PE, or becoming the best hip-hop dancer known to mankind. The question I pose today is, how can we manifest those dreams that we replay over and over again in our heads into our own real lives? It comes down to 5 things: imagination, spontaneity, a reason to achieve this goal, affirmation, and routine. In acronym form, ISRAR. Now, I'm proud to say that in my 16 years of life, I've achieved many dreams that I've set for myself, and I'd like to share one of them with you today. Around 1 year ago, on March 30th, my friend and I performed BTS's Emotion-Filled Black Swan and NCT's High Energy Zoo in our school talent show. Now, performing a dance in the talent show is a dream that many kids have had, including us. So how did my friend and I come to manifest that dream into our own real lives? Like I said earlier, it all starts with imagination. For me, I've dreamt about being in the talent show since 6th grade. A dream of captivating the audience with cool moves that I gracefully perform. The imagination was there. I could feel the inhalations of cool air and sense the presence of the audience. I could feel the movements of my body and my facial expressions. So 4 years later, in high school, when I heard about the school talent show, I could envision myself in it so clearly, it even felt like I had done it before. Now, I'm not saying that you have to imagine your goal for 4 years in order to achieve it. What I'm saying is that you should imagine your goal enough and consistently so that it feels familiar and within reach. And that is when spontaneity comes in. After I read about this event, I decided to spontaneously tell K-pop Club that we were going to perform in the talent show, and that anyone who wanted to could join. Now, I didn't truly believe this would happen, but when you say the words, "we are going to perform in the school talent show," out loud, something incredible happens. The idea brews in people's heads. They ask when dance practices are, and just by saying those words, you bring them one step closer to manifestation. I urge you to utilize the act of spontaneously expressing your goals as a way to achieve them. Another example is in 10th grade English. When our English teacher had the class do a round of impromptu speeches, I would shoot my hand up and offer to go first, my mind only catching up seconds later to realize what I did. This act of spontaneity, although done without much thought, brought me to a space where my words were manifested into reality, as right then and there, I was giving a 1-minute impromptu speech in front of the class. As you can see from my experiences, words have a lot of power, and I do urge you to utilize them to manifest your dreams. Next in acronym comes a reason to achieve your goal. Let's head back to sophomore year. After dance practice at my house, drilling the first 30 seconds of Black Swan, I would pace our wooden floors and think, so what reason do I have to perform in this talent show? It's scary. It's also a K-pop dance. And you know what's some people think of those who like K-pop, especially when they're not of Korean descent. So what reason did I have to perform in the talent show? Well, first of all, it would give me practice for performing in venues and bigger venues later in my life. Secondly, in worst case scenario, even if I forgot every dance move and everyone hated the performance, I would get exposure to haters, inevitable in my famous future, and learn to overcome and learn from their criticism. Everyone I look up to has had the same experience I was aiming at having, performing in talent shows in small venues, getting criticized and laughed at a lot, and failing a lot until they finally succeeded. In other words, my reason for performing in the talent show is that it would kickstart my own journey towards success, like it has for so many others that I look up to. That was a pretty hefty reason, and driven by it, I was motivated to make this dream a reality. This reason is what allowed me to tell my friends, I am going to perform in the talent show with conviction. Next in the acronym comes affirmation. Now, repeating affirmations to yourself like I am an incredible dancer are simple enough, but the results are incredible. I believed what I was telling myself. The American health education site Healthline explains that the brain sometimes gets a little mixed up on the difference between imagination and reality. Therefore, by imagining yourself in certain situations, like performing a dance in the talent show, you activate many of the same brain areas that actually performing a dance in the school talent show would. Likewise, by repeating an affirmation, by repeating positive, encouraging statements about yourself, your brain is encouraged to take those positive statements as fact. And when you believe you can do something, your actions often follow. So not only my personal experience, but also the science backing affirmations show that they are extremely powerful tools in becoming familiar and confident in your dreams. Now, we have finally arrived at the last part of the acronym, routine. Routine is what forms success, like you may have noticed with successful people like Albert Einstein. Routine is also what formed my friend and my success in learning the dance. We would go over to one of our houses twice a week and practice the dance in our backyard or garage. And if we couldn't make it, we would practice on Zoom. This routine allowed us to spend 2 days a week learning, revising, and clearing up any inharmonies in our dance so that 2 months later, we were prepared when the dance performance came. The day of the performance, I sat there, imagining myself on stage until we were up. We performed our dance like it was a normal day of dance practice, watched the audience cheer with pride in our eyes, and sat back down. Mic drop. One dream accomplished. By using the ISROR method that I have formulated in 16 successful years of life, I've been able to achieve many of the dreams that I've set for myself. I've been able to perform a dance in the school talent show, start a YouTube channel, and it's even led me to be here with you today, giving this TED Talk. I truly believe that each one of you can manifest the dreams that have replayed over and over again in your heads using this method. Personally, this method has worked for me, and I will use it for years to come as I achieve the goals that I envision for myself. My hope for you is that you will try this method out and be satisfied with a life where you attempted and achieved your dreams. Because this world thrives when people like you and I give our dreams a shot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophie, for that incredible and charismatic speech about following your dreams.